Buenos nachos, amigos, and welcome to Through the Tomes, a Dungeons and Dragons adventure where an amateur DM, myself, takes his friends through his first uh, experience dungeon mastering a campaign of Dungeons and Dragons. Utilizing the tools that are available out there, adventure modules, rule sets, campaign settings, things like that. I'm Petey Rave, the aforementioned dungeon master, and here with me is my team, my squad, my crew, my party. We've got playing Wind and Summer, Daisy.
Hello. Today I have candy corn for snacks.
Yes.
You love it or you hate it.
Yes. Playing Tobold Toby Underborough. Like Toby Tobold Toby Underborough. That I gave you extra names.
And Ted Theodore Logan. They are the wild stallions.
Yeah. We've got Brett.
Ahoy hoy. And I came with a stinky old mandolin. That's super out of tune.
Yes.
So when I'm doing my song of out of tune unison strings.
Yes.
Yes.
You
won't have to put out that red light.
Yeah.
When I'm playing Sting.
Yes. Playing Lucius Zanero. We've got Matt.
I have I still have my drum, and I have a bubbly Negroni that I'm going to attempt to not spill this time.
Yes.
Those A&W glasses.
Yes.
Hot commodity.
Yes. We've already discussed pre-show getting Matt an adult sippy cup, which really technically that's the thermos, but still we want an adult sippy cup.
I'll put it this way: if it shows up in my mail, I'll drink from it.
Yes.
That's not what you want to say.
No,
that's on the
internet.
Remember this.
Appropriate.
Yeah.
But last but not least, we've got playing Solero Italian, Drew.
All I could keep thinking of when you said this is your party is Lottie Dottie. We likes the party.
Yes. Of course, I've got my own drink. I want to shout out my beverage of choice this week. I've got a new one. A returning brewer this time. Another one from Winwood Brewing. Let me see if we can get that in focus. We get that.
Yes.
It works.
Yes.
I did it for a reason.
Uh-huh.
It's from Winwood Brewing. It's called Fowler Francisco. Papa Frank. And it's a Belgian style golden ale, and I haven't tried it yet. So I'm just gonna crack this sucker open. Nice. That is good. That has some really nice light but like good flavor on it. Good. It's good stuff. Shout out to Winwood Brewing. This and Havana Lager is pretty fantastic. Both pretty fantastic. But yeah, a couple of things. Of course, a couple of things. Shout out to Dungeon Master Dave, who's the creator of the adventure module that we're still currently on at the moment. If you like this adventure and you want to kind of play the original version of it, because I've been retrofitting it, changing some names just to kind of like customize it and be able to like take some stuff going forward to more stuff and adapting it to Wildmount. But if you like the core of the adventure, you want to check out more stuff from him, check him out. Patreon.com/DMDave. He has a bunch of adventure modules. If you're a patron, you get to at different tiers. You get different like adventure modules. He has a nice like ledger that you can follow, and based off of like level and like certain series that follow like a certain storyline, so you can like organize and adapt them to your campaign, and it's really cool stuff. He's also, collaborates with a bunch of like map makers and like item makers and magic item makers like Griffin Saddlebag and Tom Cardos. So it creates really great stuff. Also puts out stuff for Roll20 and nowadays for Fantasy Grounds. So go check him out, Dungeon Master Dave. Yeah. Also check out thetomes.com. I finally have all the episodes up. They're up for viewing if you want to kind of catch up if you haven't seen the back episodes already. They're all up there in audio and video form on youtube.com/RebelliTV. I'm still working on podcast stuff. I want to get artwork finalized before I put everything onto like actual podcast feeds and podcast catchers and all that places. But as soon as I have that stuff finalized and everything like looking like proper, I'll have that stuff up there. So keep an eye out for that. But yes, back to the adventure. Last we left off, the adventuring party had been traversing across the ghost home, kind of mostly forgotten, abandoned island, now occupied by the orc pirate gang known as Griffjaw. Because they were tasked with the retrieval of the daughter of a Port Damali noble, Baron Mansour, a noble daughter, or his daughter Nadia Mansour, for a couple of reasons, for getting her to safety and for the peace of mind of Baron Mansour. But they also found out that her kidnapping may be connected to the book that Mega the Brash, the leader of the Griffjaw clan, Griffjaw gang, stole, along with murdering several people in the Sparkling Lookout, several sages and magic practitioners there. No, we're not sure what he wants with it, but she may be connected because she is a renowned across Wildmount philologist. Like I said, a philologist is a studier of ancient languages. So
For all the stuff you need.
Exactly. So they landed ashore, fought some animated armor, trekked across the island, went through woods, went through mountain areas, avoided one set of orc lookout towers, looped around, found another set of orc lookout towers, which I time out. I feel guilty about it almost, because it almost feels like that's one of those things that on the surface looks like, hey, we avoided the thing. You just wanted to force us to do the thing. It's like, no, there's an encounter table that at certain intervals, certain encounters happen, and just so happens that next time that encounter table I needed to roll for it was the spotted by orcs one. So it's like, but it just, if you were to reading that, you were looking at that from the outside in, you'd be like, that guy wanted to make them fight those orcs. Yeah.
Actually, I figured it was just the adventure having bad design.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, do you want to be fast and risk it, or do you want to take the slower way and with less risk? Oh, they're both risky. That's
well, it was less risk.
So
it was
risky way.
It was less risk. It didn't pan out. But it worked. They were to deal with the orcs that they came across. It's just the roll. It's like I can show you the roll table. So they were able to go through there. They kind of roamed out. They found an overgrown, abandoned temple, like old ancient temple. And found a couple of magic items. courtesy of Griffin's Saddleback. A really neat sword and a really neat quarterstaff. And now we find him. Of course, also the party is also joined by the Pelor priest from Palmaflora, Berlin Tidebearer, who's kind of being the semi cleric for hire for this, in a sense. Well, let's see how that works out. So a couple of
That's
things.
foreboding.
Yes. I'm just trying to remember. Okay, what's the? Let me see. Okay. All right. So a couple of things I wanted, because I think I wanted to touch on a couple of things for, especially well, one thing mainly. Oh, a couple of things. So I wanted to correct. Matt, you asked about the moon. And I had said that it wasn't in the sky. I was wrong because it's not the zenith yet. So around the zenith is probably around where it's gonna like go into and go over the horizon and approach new moon status and not be in the sky. Right now, it's about a week or so before the zenith, so it's like waning.
Okay.
It's getting like how like a week before it goes and disappears over the horizons, like what the moon looks like that. And you don't, and that's the Katha is like that in that status. Of course, relative to our moon, which you have no reference for, or at least Lucius doesn't know about. It is bigger and closer, but than our moon. But Lucius doesn't know. It's the same. It's the regular size, as far as you know. But it's like that, and then I forget the name, but the smaller, further moon is not visible. It's hiding behind. Currently static, but so there is moonlight, like waning moonlight, in the sky. And another thing, so presumably, one of the things we decided is that the wooden short sword that you guys found that seemed to have like be as sharp as a regular sword and it seemed to have magic properties. You guys gave it to
that
Solera.
bard sword. Yeah, that was the definite bard sword. It sounds like one made of wood. That's what bards do.
So and we talked about how there was some writing on there you can read, but that Summer couldn't read. Solero, do you try to read the writing on there?
What would be the check on that?
I'll just give you a straight intelligence check or a history check, maybe. Which might be the same thing.
Both of those are bad for me. Okay. I'll do an
You're the wrong person to be asking for brain stuff.
Yeah.
Well, street smart stuff though.
Yes, I'm very good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. Let me see.
Okay then.
I know it has a handle and it can cut
Yes.
things.
MRT.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It just
Should
looks weird.
Toby, go look at this.
I mean, Solera. I would say Solera. It looks weird. Maybe kind of old, but it looks weird, and you know, it's all Marquesian to you. It looks a little familiar, but you don't know. So you can decide if you want somebody else to take a look at it, but. Or if you just like were like
Solera?
Wait, what? Sorry, I'm.
it's all weird, and you can't make heads or tails of it. It looks kind of oldie timey, sure, and somewhat familiar. You can decide if you wanna have somebody else look at it, but
Yeah. Like the person that regularly deals in this.
I'll take a look at this stuff.
Yeah,
Hey, how's it going? Hi. Hi, I'm gonna take a look at this.
like one of the ones that deals in magic. I turn to Tobald. Be like, hey, this thing seems way more powerful than I can understand right now. Like,
Or
what's
like-
going on with this?
Well, you understand the power. You're attuned to it. You just can't read it. Like you can't read what it says on. It's all gobbledygook as far as you can tell.
All right, so I'm gonna roll just a straight intelligence check, or am I doing like a different?
Intelligence.
efficiency?
Let me look. Unless you're, unless you have. Let me see if you want. Let me check
I got
your-
+3 to history.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm smart.
Yeah. So history check for you. It would be either one, but history since it's better.
There,
Let me-
Oh.
historical.
Nice.
That would be
Okay.
a 20.
So, so I mean, you can't read it, but that's just like the things you can't read. But, you've been around and you've seen a lot of writing. You see some things here and there. You've traveled quite a bit and you've seen some ships with some names on there. It looks like the writing. It reminds you of Zemnian.
Sure. Yeah. Definitely.
Zemnian, but like similar to like if you look at like Phoenician writing, you can see like English in there, or like like
Yes.
ancient letters. Like you can see, oh that I can see where that became this writing. You can see where this looks like it could be. You could draw the line like, oh, like old timey Zemnian. It's
That's
not
like
exactly the
the
same.
number 5.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if you want to share this information. Or, yeah.
Oh yes, absolutely. Out loud to everyone. You get to hear this.
And I will say once. And let me see something real quick.
If there were bandits in the bushes, they would also hear me tell you everything about, hey, I don't know shit about this, but I can't read it, but I know I feel its groove.
Yeah.
Groovy.
So when he tells you this, you see it. You see it. It's like, oh yeah, and it's not quite right. It's not quite the same, but you could swear that that you see what could be if you like the what could become with some like changes the word Urtail. I just played it for the stream from Google Translate. Urteil, which is German. And that would translate to like judgment, opinion, sentence, decision, or like verdict. Like you could maybe like one way to translate it would be like a verdict or a decision or a judgment. Something like that. So you have the sword of verdict.
Sort of verdict. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let me move everyone back.
5 minutes and there'll be just one static image.
See me awkwardly eating this candy corn.
Yes. So, as we do that, and you guys kind of like look through this space because you guys are still in this like temple area, but the more you kind of search it, the more you realize that like pretty much those two magic items were the only thing you could find, and the only reason you guys found those intact was because they're magic. Like everything else is just like old mildewy tatters of clothes. There's no furniture to be seen. There's no chests. You figure this is literally where Griffjaw makes their home. So the fact that they missed that spot is a miracle. but you figure that they've gotten any kind of like treasure that was like sitting around in the open or anything else worth getting.
Should we be seeing the map right now?
Oh, sorry. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my god! it's a
Overgrown
map.
temple.
God, it's huge.
It's a map. It's a map.
Gotta find the side that we can actually
where
adjust
am I at?
it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo.
There we go. There we go.
With field of vision. We
Figuring out
also
this technology.
ignore
Doing the
the
spins.
ignore Sarah Connor. She's she's there so I can show the audience stuff.
Keep forgetting about Sarah Connor.
I know
Hanging
somebody
out
was
with-
looking for her.
Yeah. All right. So, anything else you guys do quickly before you guys move on?
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. What was the gist of the sword? Did you say that and I just spaced out?
The sword. I mean, Solero knows it because he's the one to attune to it. But it's a
Okay.
pretty
Well,
nice
just-
like wooden sword.
Just what Toby figured out.
Yeah, and that
Okay,
he
here's
said
the
there's some
deal.
old timey.
It's magical.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the only thing that's not rotten around here, and
Okay.
it's still sharp.
Okay.
So,
Nothing
like,
we didn't
it-
already know.
well,
Yeah.
I can't read it. I know some things. I've read a book or two. I don't
Yeah.
know what it says, but I feel
Okay.
it's jive, and it's
Yeah.
it's magic and old.
Yeah,
Excellent.
and you'll see it, but I did mention. I mean, you'll see it once it. I imagine.
I can't
Solero
wait
puts it into
until we're
action.
fighting people, and then I
Yeah.
can see it in action.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Witness its glory.
Yeah. All right. So,
The only thing I
Check-
was
check
going to
off some
mention
wooden swords.
is I don't. No, never mind. I take this back. I forgot I said anything.
yeah.
Okay.
I didn't see my quarterstaff, and now I see it.
Okay. Oh yeah, and
Oh.
I did put the new weapons into Fantasy Grounds too.
Yes.
Use
I was looking for quarterstaff, and I forgot. Oh, it's called the whack staff.
Black staff. Thwack.
Yeah, I bet you could. I bet you could put that thwack stack and thwack
The whack
staff
stack.
and tie like a sling to the end of it, and it'd be like a magical sling. Yeah, this is bark. It'd be real long.
Yeah.
Like, that's a Toby weapon if I ever did see one.
Yes. All right. So the okay.
Giant
Is
birds
it-
from all around will fear me.
So we're gonna spot it. Okay. So
Yeah, we did get spotted,
yeah.
and they rang that bell.
Yeah, so they're on high alert. You imagine. We'll see what happens. So let's see the description. Where does it say? Okay, as you go further west, you kind of get out of this clearing. You go through some more wooded areas with some peaks. You kind of try to follow some trails. It's mostly wooden, so you don't have too much trouble finding your way through there. You start to as you approach, you start to hear the shore off in the distance. It's getting closer. You got the moonlight up top. So as the trees break, revealing a clearing, it's lit by the dim light of Katha. You can see that 100 feet in front of you, the clearing ends in a sheer drop overlooking crashing waves below. The sheer cliff overlooking crashing waves below. 200 feet from that cliff face, you see it. It's Jando's spire. While this side remains encased in darkness, the spire has a few torchlights throughout ruined buildings that were once home to, you imagine, different citizens out here, or military people. You see homes, you see buildings. The biggest point of interest on the spire is the large castle at the far eastern edge. and there are Griffjaw orcs everywhere, as far as you can
Oh,
see.
good.
So let me put a map, because it's the only map I have. I'll let you guys have a look at this.
Yeah.
So you
All right.
That is a
Good
D&D ass
foot
map. Holy shit.
yeah. Yes, Dungeon Master Dave. Let me- so okay, as I'm playing with stuff, as you can see here, as you can see around here, you guys are right around over on the left side, on the bottom, most west, probably a little bit off the shore. So let's see what it is.
Oh my gosh, the side view.
Yeah.
Oh,
You guys
wow.
don't see that yet because you're not at the cliff yet. But yeah, you can imagine you've been feeling like you've been going up on some some elevations,
Uh-huh.
not too much, but you've been going up some and like going down and up and down. You know how there's like you get some like hills and some like elevations that don't have a de-escalation, things like that. So you figure you're a bit above the shore. You don't see it yet, but all right. So the key thing is okay. Using this, I need to move this so I can read and do things at the same time. Okay. Oh, actually, do the smart thing. Move it over here. Thank you for your patience. Okay, set this thing. All right, so, do you guys? So the key thing is, so you're gonna be trying to get to obviously get it on the Jando Spire. There's gonna be a process of like climbing down and climbing up. We'll figure out that in a moment, but you'll have to obviously get to somewhere. And you'll probably try to have to like climb the cliff eventually. But right now you just only see like the sheer cliff. So what do you guys want to do?
Okay, so right now are we kind of near one? Is that right?
You're about 100 feet off shore, near one, but like 100 feet back from the shore. You don't see
Okay.
down. You only see that there is a sheer cliff, cut off, and then like
Okay.
you can judge about 200 feet off. You can see the top of Dando's Spire.
Okay.
And
So how populous is it on this side, like on the island, if you will?
so up top you can't tell yet because it's way too far. Like about each of these hexes is about 50 feet.
Right. So I guess I'm a little confused. Like one, that is, if judging by the side view, we are like one is way high, right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
am I misunderstanding?
Yeah, so
Okay.
one, everything there is high. All the little rocks on the bottom, or the little like
Right.
rocks, are like
Okay.
boulders
So
and
like
stuff.
from 1 to 2, just
All
kind
the-
of scanning that bit. Are there orcs there? How
So
many?
you can only really get a good view of the area in front of you, which is like there's a collection of residential homes like there. The other area is about like 450 500 feet north of you. So like
Okay.
like So you probably don't get it. You might be able to get over there and see what's going on over there, but you just see some buildings. You're more in the south side part of the cliff. I would say make a perception check.
Okay. If I can find my character sheet. Oh my lord.
Been a week. Do you remember how to do it?
Can you perceive?
Well, I mean, it's it's just buried.
Remember, you can always just roll regular dice, especially for skill checks. Real dice.
17.
17 right here. Nice. Yeah. So you take a good stock of what's going on, and with your honestly, with your passive perception, you do just fine. I forget that your passive perception was 20.
I'm very wise.
Wow. You can you see the old abandoned buildings looks ransacked. All the doors are open, as all the PUBG players know. The doors are open, so there's no bother trying to loot.
Right.
You see a vehicle. Oh my god! But the tires are shot out.
Oh, oh no.
But
Not in the bathroom.
hide in the turlet. No, the bathtub. If it's way more. No, I'm hiding in the turlet.
The turlet.
You see two orcs standing guard at the end of the cliff.
Okay. Is there a way for you to ping on the map, just so I can get a little bit of a better idea of?
You climbed the thing, so make it it's Assassin's Creed rules. He now gets to open new map location.
Around there, roughly. And this is this is a very long view. This is a very long view map. This isn't a battle map. This is just to give you an idea of the general layout.
I see that it's 1 hex is 50 feet.
Yeah, so so this isn't a detailed map, but
yeah.
But you get the idea. It's a few buildings, and you see two orcs kind of patrolling.
Okay.
And do you? What do you go?
So, and to the north, it doesn't look like there's. I mean,
I
understand that number 2 is 200 feet away.
There's no. You don't
500
see much
feet away.
You don't see much.
Is that
you don't see much along the way? I'm gonna say it's relatively on level with you, give or take a couple of hills, maybe a slight boulder or a hill,
Right.
but more or less level. It's kind of a plateau with a sheer cliff, and then with what you would have imagined been something connected in the past.
Okay.
You imagine people managed to live on Jando's Spire.
I'm not,
because they were connected.
I wasn't talking about Jando's Spire.
But yeah. But you figure everything. Well, I was just as you figure everything is pretty much on the level, is pretty level with each other, and you imagine there was something connected eventually in the past. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
And it feels it seems like it was one continuous city sometime in the past. You can even see remnants of an exterior wall.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but they're at this point so far, there definitely don't seem to be any. If we manage to kill these orcs, from where I'm standing right now, there would not be any witnesses.
No. If there's anybody, it would be off in that, because you see this area, and you can see that there's buildings on the north side, a big building.
Right.
With a couple of smaller buildings, and it's fairly sized. It's an old manor, but you can't quite see the details or what's over there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, what do you guys want to do?
I'll point out the orcs to the others.
Okay.
They're about.
Well, since it worked so well last time.
You're about,
try
I would
killing
say,
them.
80 feet from the orcs.
That's not much.
80 feet in front of you, the orcs kind of just like do like a bit of a kind of like a nervous patrol back and forth.
Okay.
So yeah, should we try to take them out and hope that there are no more, maybe hiding in those buildings? Or do you
I mean,
think
they already know we're coming.
should we continue farther down the coast? See if there's a path
I mean, we
down?
can try and hitman this, but none of us are a hitman.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean,
Or
I was
even a
gonna
hit
say,
person.
That's right.
Is there a good path that I see to maybe stealth up and get a better count if like on the numbers and positions on?
You guys can stealth up. And let me see. 4 hacks per minute. Yeah. They're pretty out in the open. But there's a building. There's the building here. Let me see. Oh, I think there's this building which does provide you that provides a loop around, because they're mostly here and they mostly loop back and forth. But they are patrolling like are interchangeably. But you can certainly try. And I don't mean that in the in the Matt Mercer way of saying no, but you can certainly
Go
try.
for it.
Ooh, 19.
No, 19. Okay. So. Okay. Let me clear my throat.
Are you a peanut bar?
And I'm here to say, your checks will arrive on another day. All right. Perception, which is just what the heck is perception? Wisdom, right?
It's wisdom.
Yeah. So they just get a wisdom check. Oh yeah. Give it another one. 2. Okay. So one. As far as you can tell, you're making your way. Are you doing the loop around? Or are you going straight at them?
Trying to do the loop.
Okay. You can get the feeling that one of them is definitely oblivious. The other one kind of has this moment where he's like, he pauses and you kind of freak out, like, oh shit. And it's like,
Question, just from my understanding of the situation, is this a question mark moment or an exclamation point moment? If we're talking about,
I'm gonna. Well, I'll be honest. Like he was like, and then he kind of like was like, all right, he kind of gives a look and it's fine. And he's like, and he goes back to his like regular nervous energy, which is like you can tell he doesn't calm down, but he's used to that. You can tell, and Lucius can tell that there's a nervous energy. They're on alert, but as far as you can tell, he's just in general alert. Something may have tripped him off, and then he went back to being just like regular anxiety. It's kind of,
In other words, it must have been the wind.
yeah. But he's still like, But yeah, I'll be straight up. He rolled an 18, so it's like,
Yeah,
We
okay.
saw.
yes, we can see. We can see.
Oh, okay. Because I don't remember. I know that sometimes they hide those, but that's
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, he rolled that 18. But it was less than your 19, so that's all that matters. Um, so that gets you about half of the way there, because your movement is what's your movement, Slayer?
Okay, so as I'm moving around, so I started sort of
What's
towards the
your
bottom or towards.
what's your movement again? You're 30. Okay.
Speed.
Yeah, your speed. You get 30 feet. Yeah, so you can make it. You make it to the just behind the building. I'm gonna say.
Just behind that building.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's two of these guys.
Yeah.
Do I see anything that would allow them to cast a wider net? Some sort of bell alarms, anything like that.
Let me see. Let me see the description. Um. I'm gonna say no. No, there's nothing there. Yeah, there's nothing there. You get the feeling that obviously they can't get more high alert, but there's nothing for them to signal that they're being attacked right now.
Okay, so can I?
Other than yelling.
Is there a way for me to make a broad signal to the rest of the group, like, "Yo, should I
They
shoot
can
these dudes?"
and you're in cover enough that you can make the gestures. You see the rest of you make make. Oh, I'm looking at over here, but the camera's over here. Yeah.
I'll make like
A what?
a sword motion.
Okay, yeah,
Was that a shake weight?
yeah.
I was going.
You see
There was an
Lucius?
arc to it. There was an
You
arc
see-
to it.
You see Lucius go like this, and you're like, not right now. You want me to jerk on them? Like, it's like that's inappropriate.
Billy blanks? Like, I don't know.
Okay, wait. So Solero is making a motion of should I shoot them?
You mostly
And-
you
and-
see him
and response-
as far as you kind of
Yeah.
figured that.
Lucius responds with a sword motion.
Yeah.
What do you mean by
But
the
then
sword?
I'll gesture like either way,
Like
go
base-
for it.
like a baseball coach. Give him
Yeah.
weird. I'm just gonna give a thumbs up.
Okay.
Yes,
So-
go for it.
How would I do then an attack of opportunity on the dude that is moral?
So you wouldn't really get a surprise attack. You
Okay.
can all right, he's well within your range. If you wanted to, yeah, you can wait and ping him. They're distinct. The one that was on alert, he's slightly older than the other one, and bald. The other one is a little shorter. Has like black hair, but like short. Kind of like a gaunt look to him. So you can kind of like aim for the one guy. I'll ping him as orc one. Surprise attack. Let me see if there's a before we. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, that just means you can't take an action this turn. Okay. But yeah, you can do a surprise attack, and then that'll initiate
Ooh.
combat.
Okay. So, where's the? I need to bring out the NPCs. Is it? I can't
It should be a
remember.
combat tracker. I already put them in the combat tracker.
Combat tracker. Okay.
Ah, combat tracker. I
was trying to
forgot about
remember
you,
where that
combat
was.
tracker. My old friend.
Wait, how do I select on here? I thought it was just a click.
Control click.
You're targeting. Not you went
Oh.
there.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, you see it in
So
there.
then I'll do this.
Yeah, you hit.
Oh, I hit. Okay. I was really despondent about that 9. Okay.
Yeah, no. I think that their armor class is 13 or something like that, or 12 or 13.
Okay.
Are we doing this theater of the mind?
Yeah.
Double checking, or am I missing it? Yeah, that works great.
Okay.
Just double
Yeah.
checking that I'm on the same page as everyone.
Yeah, it's
I
like
just figured I'd ask before we got the initiative.
I did give you the Jando Spire map, gives you a general idea of like building structure.
I got
and
it.
what
So yeah,
but we don't have a battle map. Not that I can.
that's fine. I can do that. I just wanted to make sure you guys weren't all looking at something, and I'm over here trying to click on orc number 1 when I find them.
Combat tracker is how it was clicking.
Yeah.
And what you're referring to, I think.
Okay, so you're wounded. He's not you're wounded. He's wounded. It's like where if I can find a thing here real quick. Does this work? No. Just eyeballing some things real quick. Okay, no. This doesn't have grid. Stupid. Yeah, never mind. I'll worry about that later. I'll worry about that next time. Prepare maps next time. Yeah, you nail him with your longbow. That's fine. You still have your movement and a bonus action. Well, yeah. Because at this point, we'll start. This is your surprise round. You still have your movement. He's about, I'll say, 40 feet away from you. He's like, oh, and he notices you.
Okay, so I'm not close enough to close the gap, though.
Yeah, because they were like I said, established that they were like 80 feet away. I'm gonna say 80 feet away at the center at this end. I'll give it to you that you were 60 feet away from like this end on this side. They were like based on like angle and stuff. So yeah, you're about 30 feet away. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Okay, then I want to close the gap on the orc I shot. Then,
Yeah.
I guess if we're all in agreement to go for it, then screw it. I'll close the gap and hit. So I'm essentially going offhand, right?
Yeah.
Because it's my bonus action. I still want to use my new spiffy sword if I can.
Yes.
And
Noise. 14.
Another 9. Another 14.
I don't know how I'm.
Hey, at least a hit. That's all that matters. Hey, at least a hit. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Another poultry.
Matt's gonna write a song about this.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, yeah.
And Toby
Like a
will write a song about
Weird
it.
power ballad.
Yeah.
they'll Simon and Garfunkel it.
Yeah. Let me see.
Like an orc under a... Yeah.
So I guess I.
Okay, and then
I guess I'm known now.
yeah. So we didn't. So you were the only one. Yeah, you were the only one that did a thing that caused a surprise. So now we'll roll for initiative.
Alrighty.
I rolled a 20.
Ah, yeah, the mighty 7.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
That 5 though. Telling you.
All right. So as far as the initiative goes, that means that Wind and Summer gets things started as far as the combat round.
Oh,
They might as well have had.
Wait, did the orcs roll?
Yeah, they roll
Oh,
poorly.
okay.
All right.
Holy crap! They rolled more poorly than I. All right.
The only one that's below them on the combat tracker is Sarah Connor because she didn't roll. my
Wow.
placeholder character, who I should probably
Wow.
remove from the.
Okay,
and
so
she
No, I
doesn't-
want to target Sarah.
So if we were all hiding back, right, waiting for Slayer to do his thing, give us the signal, how far away am I from?
you were about 80 feet. You're about 80 feet from Orc 2. I would give, like I said, I would give you 60 feet to Orc 1.
Okay, well here's the deal.
You,
Go
I would say you'd
40
be the.
feet, and I can double it with my feline agility, so
you
I can make it to
Oh,
Orc number 2.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I plan on doing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna target that dude. So I'm gonna run at full speed at this dude, and then use my handy dandy new thwack staff
Yeah.
to try to thwack orc number 2 over the head.
Yes.
Ah! That didn't work out very well.
Oh.
Okay.
More like a
so,
whoosh staff.
So as my my bonus action here, I will try to punch this dude. Ooh.
It's like you go, phew, he like dodges it, and then you kind of like go back with a left cross.
Nice.
Scram in the jaw. You go.
All right. We'll take it 4 damage.
Here, kitty.
That is not creepy at all.
Yeah. So I think that's it. True. That's your movement, action, bonus action, right? Yeah. Berlin is gonna do his thing. He doesn't have. He's got a short. he doesn't have a lot of speed. So what he's going to do, he's going to use his movement and his action to sprint towards Solero and Orc 1. And on the long way, he's like, I'm probably not going to be able to help out with much magic. I've got to conserve. And so he's going off. He's just got his trusty mace, and he's just going to get in there.
Excellent.
Because what you also remember, he's wearing a chain shirt. He's not in like his priest robes. He's in his he's a chain shirt with adventuring like gear and pants and like practical wear.
All right, Berlin. All right.
So he's not he's not completely squishy. But he's also not a brawler. But he's like That's all he can do, because he's kind of like conserving, because he knows there's more, to come. Like there's more to come. I may have given him back a couple spell slots just 'cause
You don't have to tell us those things. It's okay.
Yeah, I just wanted him to be able to help you guys out a little bit.
I don't want to speak for the rest of the party, but I trust you that you're looking out for us and trying to make this a fun experience.
Yeah.
But for now, he's gonna go hold back on the magic, but he's gonna at least swing that mace of his as soon as he gets there. But right now, he can only move about 50 feet. So he's about 10 feet away from Solero and the other orc. That being said, Lucius.
I guess I also am 50 or 80 feet from those orcs.
80 feet right? From the one orc, 60 feet from the other orc. Because you kind of like, it's like he's at the top of the the triangle.
Oh, let's see. So, the mold earth cantrip, cantrip. Can I just remove a 5-foot cube of earth from below somebody? I guess that probably
like a
cause
transmutation
fall damage.
It wouldn't really cause fall damage.
Make it if I could at least just make it really inconvenient for him.
Do you have a pork rind in your pocket?
Or are you just happy to see me? No. No, I have the stem of Panama Red, of course.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say you can choose a portion of dirt. You can make a 5-foot cube. You manipulate it one of the ways. You can target an area of loose earth. You can instantly excavate it. You can shape. You can cause shapes, colors both appear in the stones. Here's the dirt.
So I'm
I don't
thinking
know, I don't know if
I
it's
just
loose,
want to
that's
remove.
that's the
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That is a weird. It's a.
Because this is compacted earth at the edge of a cliff.
Right. Yeah.
I would say it would be hard. It's not loose earth. This isn't like farm ground or like forest soil. This is like pretty compacted.
For what it's, that's fine. For what it's worth, Jeremy Crawford says, "Think dirt, not stone."
Yeah.
So basically, if you can shovel it, it's loose earth.
Yeah. Where I think this is
no is an acceptable answer.
Yeah, I would say
found
it's not
that,
like
so I was
dirt.
saying it.
Yeah, it's not like I would say it's not a 5-foot cube of dirt. There's like a thin layer of dirt with like earth, stone, and cliff rock. It's mostly mountainous. You're like in the mountainous area.
Is it igneous?
Okay. Okay. I don't know why this will help or if it will, but I will. So I will run up 30 feet to. Was that Orc 2?
The closer one is Orc 1.
Okay. I'll run 30 feet and then make the ground under Orc 1 difficult terrain.
Okay. That'll at the very least make it so that get some move. How much of a range? How much of the space can you do that?
It says within range and fits within a 5-foot cube. So like the 5-foot square below.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It'll do something.
It's a cantrip, so
yeah. I'll also use it.
It's better than nothing, I assume and hope.
Yeah. Do you have anything else that you can do, or is that it?
That's it.
Okay. So, Toby.
All right, I'm gonna get up into the fray because that's what I'm into. I'm gonna find the nearest way to get an eye shot to either one of the orcs. Which one of these horks is the nearest one?
The one near
As
the
they're
one orc one is the taller one that's bald. That's engaged with Solero. That just got shot by Solero.
yes. Have I collect? Yes, I have. I am going to sling my thing.
Oh, really?
Oh, damn. Wrong. Sorry. Whoops. Sorry. I'm gonna sling my thing.
Yes, we'll see if
Sling that thing.
If you hit, I'll just give you. Oh. What was the damage? It was 6 before.
That'll be a 9.
9. 9. Okay, so
Well, at least I didn't make a big ruckus.
yeah. So you just kind of like you sling it, you misses to the right of it. How close do you get?
I mean, I'm gonna stay because my range is ridiculous on this. I'm probably gonna stay far enough away that I'm in my regular range, but not super. I'm not getting up to stab anybody.
In your range, let me see it.
I'm
I
getting
think it's like
the
range on the sling's like it is 100. It's the sling's 30 with a long range of 120.
Okay, so like regular. Okay, so you're within 30. And then but it would be still sling past that. Yeah, so that's plenty of it. You aim it at his head.
When I sling, I see what's behind the target.
Yeah, it flings off to the right. It goes off the cliff, and it falls down. I'll give you this. Give me a perception check.
All right, let's perceive.
It won't happen in this turn, but over the next.
I perceived. 19,
I would say
20.
let me see how. What's the terminal velocity? Hey Google, what's the terminal velocity of a stone?
Sure. Here's some helpful information I found on the web.
Wolfram Alpha says, Google it.
33 millimeters a second. I don't know. I don't know the math on the top of my head, but you can. It goes, and you hear a faint distance of a tiny, ever so slight sploosh from the distance, and with your perception, it doesn't happen. It's going to happen probably a few a few paces in the turn from now.
Am I waiting to hear how long the sploosh takes?
You notice it. You'll notice it later, but I'll tell you it now. You notice the sploosh. You're like it just catches your attention, and you can. I'm gonna let you know that you calculate. Oh, must be about 200 feet down. Like,
Toby, physics master.
Is that like calculating how far away the thunder is or the lightning? Right when you
you could. I mean, like you
Bill
don't know the exact number,
but you ain't got shit on me.
You got a couple. Man, is that like a couple 300, 400? I don't know. It's like it's super far down. That's all.
I perceived so well that I did it after missing a shot.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, you missed, and that stone went and that landed in the water way down in the cliff. But later on, you'll notice the splash, and you'll be able to like, yo, that's deep. You'll see it later. Solero is up next.
All right, since I'm already in range, I'm gonna try to pop Orc 1
with your
regular
short sword, or
Let me see where he's at before I make another.
He's looking pretty hurt.
All right, let's just try to take.
He's looking really rough. Yeah, you just hit him, and you don't even have to hit roll damage. You killed him. Like, how do you want to do it? He had 1 health. How do you want to do it?
All right, so I swing with the magic sword with all the stuff coming off and slash him across the stomach. And as I hit him with that, sort of on the back end, get my other sword into his stomach and go in and sort of twist him down so he goes down.
Yeah. Just you just like do that. You swing down. It's like, and then just he kind of spills out. It's like oh.
Oh, look at that hairless cat.
Yeah.
Yes, dance. And you dance.
I'd like to dance.
Is that a boy or a girl, Drew?
His name is Fox.
Okay.
Let me see. Wave and seashore.
There used to be a Scully.
Yeah.
But there's.
Oh, that's right. We had this conversation earlier because I had a Mulder and a Scully cat.
Yeah.
Cats.
Cat. I'm a kitty cat. All right, and that. Are you gonna use? Because you still have your movement. Do you want to use your movement? You're about 15, 20. Let's see. Let me do some quick maths.
Yeah, how close am I to Orc 2? Am I gonna need to make 2 movements, or can I make 1 movement in both my attacks?
I'm pretty sure you can make 1 movement. Let me see. Okay,
because in that case, I want to stay away from him, so maybe he doesn't attack me right off.
What's the? Hey Google, what's the square root of 10,000?
Square root of 10,000 is 100.
No, that doesn't make sense.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't make sense for the distance. No, that I'm calculating the wrong. Oh, the triangle. Something's 80 feet this way. No, I'm calculating the wrong. Right.
Was it 80 squared plus what?
80 squared plus 60 squared.
60 squared. No, that's 100.
Oh, so it's like 100 feet. Yeah, that's the distance. He's about 100 feet out. So he's about 2. Yeah, that makes sense. You would have been here. They were been patrolling. Well, I'm gonna get the pointer out. You've been here. You're fairly close to the shore, and the other guy is about up here. So about 100 feet up. If I'm being accurate with my maths. So you can if you want to like move closer, you can.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna half close the gap and then close the other. If that makes sense.
Yeah. You're gonna run your 30 feet. And okay, so you're about 70 feet away at this point. Okay.
Oh, am I? Okay, so it's gonna take me a couple of turns.
Yeah. I mean, you're within range of like stowing your sword and pulling out your bow, and
Gotcha. Okay.
but
Yeah,
obviously not this turn. Okay. So that being said, orc number 2. This is gonna be. I'm not gonna tell you to do. I'm gonna tell you to do anything, but this would be a great time to try out your your thwack staff feature. But I don't know if you want to use that charge just yet. But he is gonna attack you with his great axe.
Boy.
He does hit.
Okay. So yeah, I could use this thwack staff power.
Yeah. So
to
you're
add an additional 1d6 to my AC for that attack. So how do you want to make this happen?
You just roll a d6. Throw a d6 in your, or roll a d6 in real life, or.
Second.
Okay. And you'll use one of the charges.
There we go. To drop in the dice tower.
2. Okay, and then he rolled a 17.
It doesn't even show me what I rolled. It just says 1d6.
You rolled a 2. It's in the chat.
Okay. Interesting.
Percocet.
Yeah, I think that's still
15. Oh, okay. So roll. Oh. What? If it just hits your. So if it exceeds. Okay. If it. Trying to remember. If it just hits your AC. If it matches your AC.
Okay. If it matches, it hits, right?
Let me see. Okay.
Yeah, the roll. The roll wins ties.
Oh, okay. Roll plus modifier equals. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So, he does still hit, unfortunately. This is a bummer. It's kind of like, but you can't quite like deflect it quite enough. It would have been cool because then, it would have been cool.
Pretty sweet. Yeah.
Because you get that when it does work, you get to that damage.
Yeah. It's all sorts of
unfortunately,
cool things.
Yeah. All right, but unfortunately, it doesn't quite work out.
Magic weapons don't always solve every problem, everybody.
Exactly. Okay. Oh, you already did the thing. All right. So he still rolls his damage. Okay, which is great axe. 2. And he rolls. He hits you for 5 slashing damage.
Then worse.
All right. That doesn't really have much else to do. It does have a multi-attack. So moves to your turn.
Oh man, I'm gonna beat some ass now. Alright, so orc number 2.
You're gonna monk slap them cheeks.
I hope so. Alright, so I'm going to thwack this dude. So hope it hits this time.
Yes, just hits.
Wow.
Nice.
I'm surprised that it hit, but okay.
Yeah, his armor class is 13 exactly. So that answers that question.
Also, before I roll this, I'm going to ask, on my D&D Beyond, it says my thwack staff has a +5 to the attack roll, and on
okay.
+3.
Oh, what?
And the damage bonus in Fantasy Grounds is a 1, but on D&D Beyond it's a 3.
Yeah, let me see. Let me fix that stuff because I had brought it over. I might not have.
Make sure that D&D Beyond isn't adding your proficiency modifier to that.
It might not be attuned in.
Oh. I attuned it.
Yeah,
remember
and
doing
well, no,
that.
in Fantasy Grounds, I might not have attuned it properly, or it might need, or I don't know. I don't know what it did.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm proficient in simple weapons, which would
Right.
include a quarterstaff, which is what this thing is. So
Yeah, and so what I'm wondering is if when it shows the modifier in D&D Beyond, if it's adding in your proficiency modifier, and if simultaneously in Fantasy Grounds it doesn't show the proficiency modifier.
Yeah.
Like it still adds the proficiency modifier for both, but it shows it differently.
okay.
I don't know.
Well, no, because you're right. I mean, Fantasy Grounds. It would help if I looked at it. It just says D20 plus 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when I attacked earlier and hit with the thwack staff, it only added a +3 to the attack.
Yeah.
And in D&D Beyond, it would have been a +5.
Crackle, crackle.
So maybe it's
fine.
not adding your proficiency modifier at all in Fantasy
Yeah.
Grounds is my next guess.
I don't know. Yeah. So. Okay. Yeah, let if anything, you can stick to rolling it on rolling it on D&D Beyond is using that math, or just rolling the dice, and
So
I can
could-
always add the damage manually.
Yeah, if you want to do that, I like keeping the dice visible. It's just kind of fun. But okay,
Yeah.
so if I roll it here, okay, well, actually, so I rolled it, and obviously it hits even without the extra 2.
Yeah.
So instead of a +1 on this quarterstaff, then
It'll be +3. So we'll add 2 more damage. So it'll be okay. So
Yay!
Nice.
so you did 7 points of damage.
Nice. Very nice. And then as my bonus action, turn around and I'm gonna kick this guy. Maybe not.
Yeah. Unfortunately. you go to kick, it's like, oh, and he kind of like just slaps your foot away. It's like, oh, stop it.
Ah!
No. I do what I want.
But that's unless you're gonna, I imagine that's it for your turn. Berlin. So Berlin's little like he ran over to where Solero was, and then you ran off. And he killed him and ran off, and like, and then he kept running. Turns the corner, runs another 50 feet, and manages to say he was about 10 feet away, so 40 feet. He's like runs, and then you see him catch up with you with his like movement and and his dash. He gets right up to with Solero. Let's go. He's with his Mason is in the air, like a rogue legacy character. Like, but that's the extent of his turn. Lucius.
So the orc is how far away? Remind me.
It's a little weird because you're behind this building, so you remember.
I'll run.
Yeah, you'll run. Depending on how you were. No, you're about 30 feet away from where he was.
Okay.
So you can see around the corner. He's about, I mean, give or take a few feet, about 100 or so feet north of you.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just dash in that case. Dash 60 feet towards
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, so you're about you get about 40 feet away.
Okay. And do I have a
Yeah,
bonus
the two of them.
action? Don't think I do. Nothing interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm done. Nothing that doesn't cost spell points.
Yeah.
Slots.
So right now, Toby, you moved up to around within 30 feet. You have the same distance. You're about 100 feet away. You could slang with disadvantage, or
I am not going to.
or you can just dash and try to close the gap.
I will close the gap, and I think that's probably about all I'm going to do at
Yeah.
this moment, because
Yeah,
I'm
you're-
running low on Bard's tricks.
You're
You can always insult.
yeah.
Am I?
Not
I
a-
don't know that I'm close enough to insult,
No, I think vicious mockery.
and I have to be seen as well.
60,
No, you don't have to be seen. You
Or
have to
heard.
see him.
Yeah,
You're
Yeah.
so
they don't have to understand me.
Yeah.
you
but they
would
have to hear
use
me.
your
No.
you would use your action to dash, and that would put you 50 feet. You would be within 50 feet. So if you wanted to viciously mock,
I will viciously mock. Let me go from D&D Beyond and translate it over, using the Rosetta Stone to what menu tab it's on here.
yeah,
Actions.
action.
That makes sense. It's viciously mocking. Kapow!
My druid focus disappeared from my
Where'd
inventory.
the thing go? Oh wait, did you?
Why did it cast twice?
I don't know.
Let's
And also, did you target? You didn't target, so it didn't give me the thing.
There, sorry.
Yeah.
I viciously mock.
There you go. Oh, he succeeds. What? How does he
Dang.
succeed? At a 10? No, that doesn't make
Whoa.
sense.
That
Oh
should
no,
be a 12.
success for orc? Save? It should be a 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, wisdom of 12.
No, it should be the
Or
spell.
DC, so save DC.
It's
or
your charisma It's 8 plus charisma plus
Your spell
proficiency,
DC.
I think.
Yeah, so it should be much better. Let me move to your character.
Let me read this.
Yeah. So we'll have to like
1d4.
Did your proficiency
your spell save DC
go
is
to
12, yeah.
main and make
On
sure
which?
that proficiency on main in fantasy grounds?
Yeah. Okay.
What's the
Get
number
horny on
under
main.
proficiency?
It says 2 for him.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what it
I
should
don't know.
be.
It's being weird today. And
That's so weird.
the spell DC should be 12, and he rolled a straight 10. I don't know why it's DC 10. Because spell DC
Yeah.
is 12.
And it did it twice.
I'm gonna
So we
make an
have-
attack disregard. I'm just curious.
I mean, it's
No,
another thing.
that's
Anyways,
it's
let me.
like it's not adding the proficiency for you or Daisy.
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay.
Huh.
Weird.
Well, we can always just like work around it.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
so
not too much of
you visit or take 1d4 psychic damage. So roll a one of them diamonds. One of them pyramids. One of the pyramid.
Oh,
Roll
a
that sexy
D4?
pyramid.
a Willem D4.
Yes. 4.
I rolled a 4. But my modifier for vicious mockery
So how do you want to do this?
doesn't exist. How do I want to do that? I'm just gonna like
Oh
do
my
saying,
god,
like,
a
you just
hand
kill on a vicious
hand
mockery.
gesture and a big ol' fuh,
Wait, what
It
just
was
happened?
like-
magical fuh as I hand gesture.
And then like you see him like, and he's in front of Summer. He's like, huh, oh. He just thought, and then like his brain, you see like his the gears are turning. Is like, ugh, oh, and it just his face goes blank, like something happened in his brain. Like you just
An
viciously mocked him into a
aneurysm.
brain aneurysm. Yeah. It's like,
Wow.
it's like. Yeah,
We
literally, you rolled a
viciously
4. That's how much health he had left.
Amazing.
Psychic death.
Tell me
Kill
vicious
him on a-
mockery isn't
when
the best
his-
cantrip in the world.
Yes.
So like I want him to have like given up the ghost before I said "Kuh."
Yeah.
That's how vicious that mockery was.
Yeah.
Motherfucker called him a dorkfish and the dork died.
Yes.
Like what?
And like,
Game-
and then, like, it's like, and then you see Berlin like, oh, well, I guess that's that. All right, onward. Okay, so
I am your coup de grace champion. Thank you.
Always.
I will drape myself in the flag of Toby.
The flag.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that.
No, that's
yes.
not what Toby says at all.
No. So
That's what Brett says.
yeah. So, where? So, what do you guys want to do? Are you guys gonna get maybe? What do you guys want to do first? You're gonna investigate the cliff edge. You're gonna go up north.
Yeah, let's start looking at the cliff edge just to
Yeah.
get a little bit better bearings of what's
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
Being like, I figure they probably won't see us, but stay a little bit lower to the ground.
Yeah, you're mostly. Yeah. You can. They're far away, so it's gonna be tough for them to spot you across like the way.
Yeah.
Especially if you're mostly being mindful. You look over the cliff edge, and yeah, it's a sheer drop. It's almost like it looks like it's been eroded over, decades and centuries. What once maybe was like a peninsula. You don't know how it ended up this way, but it just has been eroding away. But yeah, it is a sheer drop about 200 or so feet down. And you can see where you're at, you see like a big, some big like stone areas, but mostly open water with some rocky parts underneath. You see what looks like used to be a bridge channel, but that looks a little bit more traversable. But you'll likely, I was gonna say with you, I don't even need to bother doing perception checks with you. You can tell. You can kind of get a sense that you'll probably want to at least get closer to the area more north before you decide to go down, because you'll have to rappel down to get across and figure out. I would say across the way, it's not super easy to see, but you see the channel up and you look down and you see I would say you get a good glimpse of maybe more than one entrance to some caverns underneath.
Mm-mm.
You don't know where they go, but this is you see some cavern entrances, and you see one that's fairly big enough to get ships into.
Okay.
And then one small that you can see over to the side. That's a little higher up.
You already said this, forgive me. How tall is it from like shore to the plateau of Jando's Spire?
From the distance from if you were to clock it across the
elevation, rather.
yeah.
What's
Oh,
the
the elevation is
of-
about 200 feet. There's a 200-foot gap, and it's about 200 feet. So it's
Okay.
like,
Okay.
give or take, craggling and some things sticking in and out, but some parts are. If you were to measure them, they were this from this part is 250 feet. This one is maybe 150 feet, but it's about 200 feet.
Right.
Yeah. What do you guys want to do?
That's an excellent question.
So you said we have to go a little bit north to find a path that looks somewhat safe down.
Presumably, as Lucius is kind of like pointing things out, yeah, that's what he keyed in on, is that the best bet would be to go a little bit north, closer to where you see that there's a bigger building, and what looks like the remnants of an exterior town wall, like an ancient one.
Is that up by number 2 on our map?
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, about number 2. I wish I had one without the numbers, because those numbers are like, there's a thing here, there's a thing here.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, yeah.
But it's also useful for us, just to
Yeah.
kind of where things are. Okay, so we start heading north, and it sounds like we don't have a way down until we get closer to, this northern shore.
I mean, it's all the similar way down. You just have to rappel. But as far as you can tell, it'd be a better way, and it'd be easier to cross where you have these footholds and these like rocks to swim from to one to the other.
Okay.
How can I tell from here how well patrolled are kind of the edges of the spire? Like, how much activity is there as you get closer to the edge?
There's quite a from here, I'll tell you, you'll be able to tell there's some activity, some patrols, and there's quite a few that are on high alert. They're keeping an eye on. They're patrolling back and forth.
Okay.
I mean, it's hard to tell. It's hard to gauge whether this is a lot or there's less, because you don't. Even though you know of them, from your past, you don't know their exact numbers. So it's hard to tell, but there's a few like going back and forth, and I'm pretty alert. So,
Gotcha.
Okay.
What I'm kind of wondering, I'll go ahead and stop being as mysterious. An idea that comes to mind is
Yes.
I could wild shape into something that we could get over to kind of if we could get over to the bottom of the base of Jando's Spire without being spotted. If I wild shaped into something that could climb, and you coiled enough rope around me, I could climb up, then revert back, and tie it off so y'all could climb up after me.
Oh my god, that's brilliant.
Yeah. I would say, from what you can tell, it would be very hard to do that without getting spotted. It would be very difficult.
What, the climbing part and tying it off?
being able to be able to surface on top, uh, without and do all that without getting spotted, especially for a not stealthy character.
So, did you say that on our
But
side
you can
of
certainly
the
try.
plateau, there's like like we can see like a cave where there are boats?
Yeah, there's a couple. Lucius probably spotted them out. There's a fairly sizable entrance that size wise could fit one of the long ships that you remember them sailing. They
Okay,
could
so
fit in
if we
there.
spot those, is it maybe a safe assumption then to say maybe there are some cave systems under these plateaus that lead up to a place? So maybe if we can make it down and over to the spire side, maybe there's like a beach or something that we can find that leads into a cave that
Yeah.
might take us up in. Like, because these people have to get up there somehow, unless they
Right.
just all
Yeah.
flew in on giant vultures.
Yeah.
Which I
And then
doubt, but-
as
My
she says
concern
that,
would be
yeah. Well, as she says that, and as you're saying this, you're looking out, and then you do see one or a Griffjaw orc peek out from the smaller cave entrance. Pop out. Pull down the front of his pants, take a leak.
No, look at it.
But yeah, you see him pop. But you see him. You see somebody pop out, do their business, and then go back in.
Yeah, my concern would be that those caverns are going to be really well patrolled.
Full of bears,
It's
sea bears.
Owlbears?
Oh man.
Yes, even worse, sea owl bears.
yeah. I would say you'd be
Sea owlbear.
even not knowing the numbers. It'd be it's hard to think that anything is more patrolled than it is fairly patrolled up top, and it's hard to imagine anything be more dense as far as like patrol and population than what you see up top. And it seems out of the
Also
way, and it
probably
seems
have the element of
treacherous. Yeah, it seems treacherous and seems out of the way, and they are keeping a few eye on. And what you mainly would imagine is their patrol maybe is viewing eastward, is keep an eye eastward, but also keeping watch of what's coming from the other end. But mainly their attention is up and east.
Up and east.
Yeah, like they're like because remember we're there this all at dawn, and it's getting a little bit late or late early about to be early morning, late at night, about to be early morning, and you remember that at dawn is when they plan to do the ransom exchange.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you guys just keep at least heading north?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you guys what pace are you guys heading? Are you guys gonna slowly?
Slowly, yeah. Keeping an I
I'd say try to keep the element of surprise a little bit. Like,
Yeah. And
yeah.
okay.
I would say
1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't know if there's a difference between moving slowly and going stealthily.
You can well, slowly means you can roll stealth checks.
Okay.
I would say that, and that affects the pace. But yeah, so okay, so
Would you guys say we're moving slowly? Where it's like fast enough that we're making pace, but slow enough that it's like
Yeah.
we can be sneaky if we see something.
yeah. So what you're
It's
gonna
like
move
500 feet just doesn't take that long to walk, I wouldn't think, unless it's difficult terrain.
Yeah, it's not. It's fairly flat. This is like a. This is. It's not soil, but it's hard, like stone with some pathing.
Right.
It's
That
like
used to be a
walking up
town.
and down an aisle at Gen Con.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way,
That's-
Sirenscape has a sound set called Gen Con.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
good.
no way.
yeah, that's like 3 aisles at Gen Con.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't
let me
take
see
that long.
let me see the pacing. Okay. Okay, you can move at 4 hexes per minute. Okay. So, I'm gonna say you guys move above, up about 200 feet. Let me go ahead and do a thing. Roll a dice.
Do that
Non-ominously.
Oh, do that stuff. Do that
Oh,
stuff.
boy.
Oh, do
And
that stuff.
you kind of like make your way you make your way up here pretty uneventfully. And then you guys move forward closer to the edge. Pretty uneventfully. So you get to about this edge area, around this like a closer, like I would say you get to the base of this like that black thing, like the southern part.
Okay.
Let me see the description for what you do, and then as you get closer, you do spot the manor on the north side. It's an old manor building. It sits on a hill. It's overlooking the peak. It looks like it was a home of it looks like it used to be a home of somebody. I'm gonna say with nobody spots you, and you can tell that you've been able to move along pretty unchecked. But Lucius, you do spot that there are about 2 orcs outside. And if you take a moment to check, if you you're able to kind of like distinguish the different ones. You can maybe say there's like 3 inside.
Okay.
But they're off, and they're that way. There's nothing, but there's not a. It's only those few. There's not much more. You would figure this would be a place that would house more, but like it's a fairly sizable manor. But there's only a few of them. All right. So as you approach the cliff, you look over, and you got to figure out how to get down 200 feet. How much rope do y'all got?
I got 50 feet.
I got 50 feet.
I don't think 50 feet of rope would be a thing that a halfling could carry.
No.
Be surprised. You're a hardy folk.
I'm looking to see if I don't have any. I've made that.
I
call
don't
early in life.
think any. I think I double checked, and 100 feet of rope is
That would be a
fine.
nope on rope.
I mean, you can tie it together.
Yeah, so you have 100 feet of rope.
We have 100 feet.
Okay. Let me just metagame for a minute, if you don't mind. If you didn't sell it, it should come with like your Explorer's Pack or Adventurer's Pack or Dungeoneering Pack.
Should have, yeah.
Like,
Did you guys...
pretty much anything, pretty much everything except maybe like the Diplomat will come with 50 feet of rope.
Okay.
Did y'all manually remove it because you didn't think you'd need it? Okay.
I didn't remove anything, but I don't.
Yeah, it didn't auto-populate mine in D&D Beyond, but if you know,
Okay.
like, if
I
So
didn't
I'm
think
gonna
about
say
it.
I'm gonna say between this, because we know that's a thing that would have been included in. We'll have to go back and check what would have been your starting equipment later. Or I'll do it later. Am I doing that? We'll say you all have 50 feet of rope.
Sweet.
Even Berlin. He's
Yay.
like, I've got
Excellent.
some. Oh, you guys got it? Okay. And then he puts it away.
That
I mean,
or go battle some orcs and hope for a way down that way.
Yeah.
I would say
do
you look
that, but-
down.
Yeah.
I would say you look down on. I mean, it's hard to tell, but you don't see anything on your end. That would be like an exit.
Ski-raw. Sirenscape just bringing the birds at the right moment. I love it.
All right, so you guys gonna go ahead and try to rappel down.
So here's the question: if we rappel down, everybody, well, how do we get our rope down so we have enough rope to go back up the other side?
Just tie it around me.
We do like the Lord of the Rings trick with the elven rope, where you just tug at it and then the knot comes loose.
We have a
It's okay.
knot. That doesn't sound like a safe. I don't want to climb that rope. But yes.
Or we can hope that we can find.
Or
another
we
way
can.
up.
This rope that was our blessing can be a blessing that we have to give up immediately after using it, because we might have to climb it back up. So
All those people over there had to get up there somehow.
Yeah. Unless like I said, unless you go
I've seen
into
orcs
caves.
on airborne birds, like so.
So I mean, you said the orc went out of the cave.
Yeah, and he
himself,
went.
right.
He relieved himself and he walked back in.
Okay,
And that's
yeah.
fairly.
So
You can
obviously,
see it's fairly scalable from the water, with a slight difficulty, but that's about it.
yeah. So I mean, I think it's either that or I try to, turn into a climbing animal and all that fun stuff. But if we do that, then if we do that, then we can leave the rope tied here. I mean, it'll give our presence away, but we kind of already have, since they rung the bells.
Yeah, and dawn is approaching, and time's not really on our side. So
heard it's a
we
feeling.
can. Yeah. Well, I would say if we know we figure we have an entrance, and this is Berlin speaking. We figure we have an entrance in way where we don't have to climb up on the other side. We're probably going to have to come back this way anyways. So it'd be good to have this here to climb up when we have to return.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have my 50. I have my rope. So if we need some, we're over there.
okay, let's go for it.
Yeah. All right. So it's
We're
gonna take.
crafty. We'll figure things out along the way.
And of course it is still gonna be a little bit out in the open. Wait, are we? Let's see. Okay. Okay, and then we see what does it mean to be spotted?
Oh, that's a great thing to hear.
No, just go ahead and ignore those rules.
Yeah.
All right. I'll figure it out. Okay. It's how many orcs arrive? Okay. Oh yeah, they have javelins. They have javelins.
Oh, that's not a realization I want to hear.
They only have one per. They throw it and they're done with it. All right. So as you guys tie it off, go down. I presume you guys are also gonna rappel stealthily. And kind of take your time.
Yeah.
Not to put words in your mouth. All right. So, first you can rappel about 20 feet down. Oh wait, what? No. 750. Okay. Mostly goes uneventful. There's maybe a couple orcs that like are looking around your direction, but then you think, oh, are they looking at us? But then they're just like, they're just looking out at the shore above you, and don't really catch your glimpse. You can just like press up. The you kind of and then you kind of keep going down. Is there a marching order? Who's going? Like, what's the order of everybody climbing down?
Tallest to shortest.
Sure.
So, who's tallest? I'm like 6 feet tall.
Well, I don't want to be the smallest person who's the lightest amount of weight on this rope first.
Yeah.
As more weight gets added on,
Yeah.
like more than 100% at a time.
Yeah. You guys are able to like tie it off on a nice like you find a nice place to tie it off like an old dead tree, but that's rooted really deeply. Or pretty deeply, yeah. Or pretty
I'm
solidly.
5'10".
Yeah.
I'm 5'10", 165.
Nice.
You want me to go first?
So
My big fat cat ass
yeah.
You got claws on your foot.
at
Yeah.
6 feet, 188 pounds.
Yeah.
The big chonks cat. That is
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chonker.
breathing
Chungus.
heavily.
Chungus. That's the name.
Let's do it.
So do this. Okay, I have to remember where to. So second. Okay.
Remember me if I die.
So, as you go another 20 feet, a couple of orcs are patrolling across the shore, and one of them looks down, and spots you guys, and goes. You can't hear it because you're like it's washing shore, but it's like you see him gesticulating. And let's see. No, not.
great.
Good.
Let's see. 1d4. Yes. Okay. And okay. What is it? In okay. 1 plus 1. In okay. Two rounds. Round is 6. Okay, so 12 seconds. So yeah, so like 12, and about 12 seconds later, or like a little bit later, about 4 orcs are at the edge. Let's see, 200. The only problem. Oh, I know. It would make sense for them to spot you. An orc from up top. It spots you. Oh, damn. What would make more sense? No, they're not patrol. They spot the rope. No, I wouldn't do that. No. I don't want to do that. It's from across the way. Let me see. They're already on high alert, so it doesn't affect anything. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna say Not to, that's not really cruel. Cause so let's just say, let me see the javelin. Let's see the javelin's range.
Let's hook a javelin at that cat.
They damn, being spotted there. You know what? You're about 200 feet away. They can't speak to whoever's across. Let's not concerned with that. They start chucking javelins at you, but they fall way short.
Yo, I got a friend named Gravity.
It's like, ah. And then I mean, and it's not like it can be on any higher alert, but they're aware of something. Yeah, that somebody's there.
Critical alert.
Yeah, and we'll see how that plays out. So, I'm gonna. So, it's like you see that you're aware of that. You keep climbing down. I'm just not gonna bother getting spot checks anymore. You kind of like take the next like, you kind of go at it. We realize, oh wait, we've been spotted, so you go at it quicker. You take the next like few minutes, to get down, and you kind of find, slightly treacherous but okay footing, on this, like at the shore, and you find you have to kind of get into the water. At this point, you imagine you've already been spotted. You're gonna swim across the there you go.
Would have been really good to have used some of that 800 gold to buy
Yeah.
scrolls of invisibility or something, probably.
Yeah. I mean, you would have to find them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
You
like,
could be buying all day, but somebody's got to be selling.
yeah.
You know?
Like, you got lucky with those couple of like fun little like.
Hey, there's a puppet waiting for me.
If
Man,
Khajiit,
Is there a puppet?
Well-
What a puppet.
let's say, if Khajiit doesn't have wares, then the coin does not matter.
Yeah, exactly. And like we talked about, getting magic items like from a small town like Palma Flora. If it's not like a cutesy like a dress with lots of pockets on it and a a puppet that's transformed, so you're probably not gonna find like the good stuff outside of some like a bigger city like Port Damali or
That's
Nicodranus or Zadash. If you make your way through the Empire, things like that. So start swimming. Each round. So we're gonna. So we got about 200 feet. What's everyone's? We're gonna. Let me see. I'm gonna do it in rounds. Let's actually roll initiative for these swimming checks. Nice.
6.
Hope nobody drowns.
Yeah.
That would suck.
All right. So what I'm gonna have you do each round. So what is? So what are your? Let me see. Swimming speeds. I don't know if you have it listed.
I don't know if I have seen a
Yeah.
swimming speed. Swift.
You so.
When climbing or swimming, each foot of movement costs 1 extra foot,
So
2
you
extra feet in
roll-
difficult terrain.
Yeah, unless you have a specific swim speed.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
I've got all kinds of feet. But
yeah, so you can swim half your movement each round. So you're about so each round I'm gonna have you roll an athletics check.
Oh, good. Well, it was nice knowing Lucius. I'll start thinking about what my next character will be.
Can we make like one of like little arm floaties for you somehow?
Uh-huh.
Do we have anything that floats that we can tie to you?
Or are you wearing hippie bell bottoms that you can make an air pocket out of like you're a sailor?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, so Summer, go ahead and give me an athletics check. Yeah. All right, so you're able to swim out there. You kind of like work around the rocks. You're able to work through just fine. Some of the rocky, you're able to kind of even use some of like the spires as kind of like footholds for your swimming. You know how you're able to like if you're going to like a pool, you're able to like propel yourself with your foot. So you're able to kind of get through. You're able to get through that part fairly unscathed. So all right. And then that's I would say, do you want to use your feline agility to double your
I'm gonna say no
Okay.
on this. Only because I kind of want to be available in case I need to go
Okay.
lend a helping hand to someone.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'm gonna say you swim your 20 feet. I'm gonna say since you guys aren't doing any combat right now, just yet, I'm gonna give you also. I'm gonna assume you guys are gonna be using your action to double up, so you'll basically be able to just move your movement as your movement dash on swimming. So you do your 40 feet.
Oh, okay.
Because you get to do
That
your
sounds
dash,
reasonable.
and then everybody is going to be able to do that. Berlin, of course, is a strong swimmer. He's lives on the shore. He doesn't swim fast or far, but he's comfortable. But let me see how well it works for him. Athletics. He doesn't have a particular athletics. It's what's the strength, right?
Strength.
Strength, yeah.
Strength. Oh yeah, he's got a whopping 10 in strength.
Oh, so strong.
Better than me.
Oh. Uh-oh. So.
Oh my.
Last bridge. They can make a check. Oh yeah. So when you hit the water is extremely rough. It's worse than the ruins, and it's rocks and ruins. So there's like rooftops of like old houses and debris. And there's a collapsed bridge. So if you want to try to he's gonna try to like jump and, and do the bridges to kind of be able to roll with advantage. So if you do like the jump on the top of the rooftops rather than swim, I'm gonna say yeah, you can roll with advantage. I'm gonna do it for my boy Berlin because I don't want him to die. Okay.
Just like immediately die if you roll bad.
No.
I'm scared.
Let's just say I'd have to you feel the water kind of pushing out to sea. It's fairly treacherous and rolling by pretty fast. So he's gonna use as his movement and action to roll to move. It's his 25 feet. Yeah, his 25 feet. So he gets about 25 feet, like bouncing on the rocks, like leaping from here to there, kind of like just in his way. So that being said, Solero, give me an athletics check.
Yay. Okay, hold on. Let me-
You star athlete, you.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh my god.
Well, now we have. Are you going to?
So,
Farewell.
how did we get that advantage again?
So if you slides along the
Magic.
rooftops of the houses and debris of the collapsed bridge, you can make the check with advantage rather than swimming. So
Okay, so essentially, you're telling me roll again.
yeah.
The rule
Oh!
is in effect.
The
There
rule
we
of I don't
go.
want my party to
19.
die, no matter
thank you.
Thanks for not letting me drown.
because
Okay, but-
I mean, not to put. Let me peek behind the curtain. You would have been washed off 100 feet into the water,
Oh,
Oh,
my
and
god.
you would have been taken under and started to drown.
Jeez. Been eaten
Um,
by sharks.
yeah,
Let me tell you about my good friend, the acrobatics check,
yeah.
Mm.
and how similar it may or may not be. Like, think about how
It's-
similar
Being
walking
it's
an
an
along a
acrobat,
it's
submerged
an athlete.
rooftop would be to walking on a tightrope. I'm just saying,
Let's
Lucius,
go
Or
ahead
like,
and make go ahead and make an
falling
athletic check
forward
with
one
advantage.
step at a time.
Okay.
Can Lucius do a wild shape shift into something that
I
can
mean,
swim?
if he wants
He's
to.
got to kick
No.
stuff's asses.
Traverse the water a
Oh
little
my
better.
god.
Hey, you dropped the 6.
Oh, good.
Unfortunately, so
With my -1, that's a 6.
you kind of like you jump off one rooftop and part of the bridge, and these are old and a little like moldy and like wet and slick with like sea snot. And you kind of slide off, and you watch Lucius slide off into the riptide. He gets pushed 100 feet out to sea, and oh man, actually,
Wait, you don't get to roll
Just
twice?
do it.
no, he did
Petey.
roll with
Give it
advantage.
to him.
Oh.
He is
Give it
he is
to
watches
him.
he's been pulled
Let's see
under.
it.
I rolled a 6 and a 7.
Oh.
We've been saved from death. I've been saved from death. So let's kill someone else.
Yes.
No.
You've been pulled under, and you're starting to you begin to suffocate.
Is Kevin Costner gonna make out with him? Please let Kevin Costner make out with him in underwater Denver, and then show you what the world is like before the water rose. By making out, somehow you can breathe. Yeah.
Hey, if
'cause he's got
anything,
gills.
don't blame me. It's Dungeon Master Dave's fault.
No, I mean
Thanks,
it's
Dave.
also Dungeons and Dragons Us as
Damn.
well.
and the dice.
Dave's
Yeah.
not here, man. So we're gonna blame
Fucking
you.
should be.
All right. So that's that. You watch as Lucius kind of loses his footing and slips out
Dang
onto
it.
to shore. About you. It's
Don't
hard to
know
tell
how.
where he is because he did get pulled under. He's gonna have to make a check next time to resurface.
I'm sure that will go well.
Yeah. Well, what kind of check do you think that one will be?
Survival.
Athletics?
Yes.
I'm really
Uh.
hoping it'll be a perception check.
All right. So as
Like
I'm
something was
doing this, fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, do roll
I'm
with advantage because there's no reason to like try to hide in the water or do anything like that. So you might as well. Yeah.
so to do my bardic inspiration, yeah, I have to be within reach. Damn it.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Oh, it
You don't
says
have to
area
be
range.
within reach. No, it's like 60 feet or something.
Yeah.
I'd probably have
But
to
the
be able
problem
to
is
hear you.
he's underwater and you can't tell he's 100 feet away, but he's 100 feet away.
Mm.
Yeah, it is 60 feet, but it also says feet dash mark reach. All right,
Yeah.
so yeah, it also says down on it. I was like,
I
that
guess
seems dumb, saying that
that
I'm a bard. Bards don't work with their hands; they're not masseurs.
Yeah. No.
I
They're
assume that's
musicers.
like a weird.
I mean, it's
thing,
up to 60 feet or reach. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's probably just a form somewhere didn't get filled out correctly in
Yeah.
the software. Most likely. But I was gonna try and inspire so that somebody could possibly save their asses out of the water.
Yeah.
I'm not equipped for any of this.
Yeah, it's just within 60 feet that can hear you.
Yeah, that's what it. Yeah, it says it underneath it. But yeah, what I'm so during this, I am up for hearing anyone. Hey, characters, quickly during my turn, I'm going to try to communicate like a like. Can I? I'm not fast enough to probably try to attempt to do any kind of. What should I do? I don't know what my character would do.
Yeah. I mean, other than
Like panic is not a role I can make.
yeah. I mean, so the only thing, is, I mean,
Yeah,
the other thing
Berlin.
is,
50 feet of rope, right? We use the other 200 feet.
yeah.
Ah.
I mean, you're Toby's still with the rope, so I don't know how you're
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
be
just
able
tie it to a bullet and I'll sling the end of the rope. No,
to.
it's like there's no I'm kind of helpless and watching. Um who is actually equipped to do something about this cuz I will buff them.
I mean,
But I don't know.
it would be the person with the fastest speed, with the
Yeah,
highest
which is not
speed.
me.
That's me again.
Yeah.
All
Someone.
right. Daisy. Down from above as I look for my actions tab again. I am using this feature to give you an inspiration.
Be sure to target her.
Yes, I am.
Reminder.
I'm actually in the wrong piece of software.
Yeah.
But I am. Yes. Yeah, you get 1d6 for 10 minutes. You can add it to an ability score, attack roll, or saving throw. It'll be added after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna do that, and does it just happen? I'll just click
You're.
my box.
I think what you do is you click on the little dude, the torso with the stars
With the
around
check
it.
mark.
If you're
It's in multiple places.
it's in under when you display says actions.
Yeah, it's also in under abilities for the same thing. So that's what screwed me up.
Yeah,
I did it.
Oh,
I did twice. Sorry. Whoops.
What?
I've got a sticky left click, which is a bad thing to have on a mouse. Like where sometimes it double fires.
Oh my gosh, it's done it 3
I
times
did it again.
now.
I tried to do something, but did it again. But yeah, I just ticked it. So now you have you have the inspiration there.
Super inspired everybody.
Yeah.
Did I just hit that again?
No, I
this
didn't.
Fucking thing. Okay.
What
a weird piece of software this is. I love it.
Okay. All right. And it it handles the duration. All right.
Go be heroic.
Oh my gosh, look, it's back to me.
I presume you're not moving, Toby, just yet.
No, I'm staying nimble.
Yeah.
I may be needed.
Yeah. I'm gonna say you're passive. I would say with your passive perception, you were able to like more or less get an idea of which direction he kind of like was shot off under. If you wanted to go find Lucius.
Yeah, I was just taking a second to think.
How are you gonna save our luscious?
Oh hell, I don't know. I guess I'll just dive.
Hashtag find Luke.
That's great. I don't know. I guess I'll just dive in, swim after him, because I didn't get too far ahead of the group.
Yeah. So, are you gonna use your feline ability?
Yes.
Yeah. So you should have 80, and it also your speed isn't translating in Fantasy Grounds either.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird. So yeah, I'm at 40, but
It would be
20 if I'm swimming.
Good luck. You're good news. You're alive.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
good.
the round just started, so who knows?
Yeah.
I'm doing math.
The cat.
So
cat.
you're since you're not doing any like fighting, you would have your movement and a dash, which would normally be 80 feet on its own, and that would be doubled to 160 feet.
Right.
But that is halved when you talk about swimming, so it'll be 80 feet.
Okay.
So you can, I would say you're able to kind of like, you see about 20 feet, just like a bit under the surface. You can see Lucius kind of start getting dragged out. So this could come in handy if he doesn't make his check this time.
Oh my gosh. Okay. No, I was just. Oh, okay. I had a regret moment where I could have maybe done. Well, never mind. I take that back. I've done what I can.
Yes. Yes, you
I'm
have.
almost there, Lucius. I'm almost there.
Hashtag save Lush.
Yes. He's like, so Berlin is like, he doesn't see much he can contribute from this, like this vantage point. Oh, he has a sacred flame. I forgot. See. So what he's gonna do is he's just gonna keep trying to move over.
Move on over.
Move it down over.
And he rolls a natural 20 on a strength check.
Drop
He's
the
like,
sticks. All right.
Oh. So he moves another 25 feet, so he's about a quarter of the way there.
Good thing you dropped the 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better drop 6 than mine was.
Yeah. All right, Solero.
2 questions. The first one, which we'll see if I have to care about the second one. Is there anything relatively something that an animal in the sea, in the drink that we're seeing, that might be able to give us a hand? If say
I would say
make Lucius not.
Comes back up on a dolphin. So you're kind of,
I'm
calling.
I'm trying.
The
Literally,
Batman
the only
porpoise
thing would
on
be
camera.
I'm looking and components.
let me see.
A morsel of food is needed.
Let's
Because
see.
there's something I can use to bribe a beast of an intelligence 4
Yeah.
or lower. Or 3.
Here or lower.
If they're
Stick your mouth in the water and just go. And then like a whale will
Okay.
come. That's right. Do your walrus call. The owl walrus.
Okay. That's animal. I will say that I would say you keep in mind that this would only charm the animal. It's not a command spell.
Aww.
It would only
That's
tell.
right.
It only convince it that you mean no harm, but it has no reason to like do what you say.
What if
just
he asks nicely?
If it doesn't.
okay. I have speak, which I
Hey,
might persuade a beast to perform a small favor. Small favor, like, I don't know, lift my friend.
Hey, get to playing that role. Roll that play. Like, come on, let's convince the dungeon master that this is the rule of cool is in effect.
It would be super cool if there was an animal that I could say, "Hey, yo, could you just pop my friend out of the water so he could breathe for a bit?"
Hey, the dungeon master is that animal. Convince the dungeon master that to risk very little for a stranger.
Let's see. What would be around there?
Because I think that's a wisdom check, and my wisdom's.
Yeah, if I remember correctly. So, I would say you can maybe. Let me look at stats here.
Loch Ness monster. We'll take any kind of anything.
Because there are a couple of seals that have swam.
Water dog.
Let's see.
This shit works.
A friendly neighborhood Sahagin comes and.
Toby will write a ballad of this day.
I mean, only if it's a good song. I'm not writing the day I watched somebody slip into the water and die doing something that was the least dangerous thing that we were doing. We screwed up a bad trebuchet and it didn't kill us.
I forgot about that.
Still mad about that.
We could have done that better, but you know, I'm gonna blame my tools.
So you do see some a couple, like a seal, kind of like observing you as he swims up and like swims down. If you want to try to attempt to speak to the animal,
I would love to attempt to speak to the seal. Yes.
Well, what do you?
Okay. How do I?
You use your spell slot. Just take off a spell slot. Hi, my name's Seal. I don't know what the seal sound
I'm
like.
gonna be screaming in the rain on top
I
of
give it a rose.
the station.
Talk about Batman.
Bat signal going
So,
off in the
you know,
rain,
how do
which
I-
seems like a terrible time for it.
Is that? Did I do that right?
Yeah,
Mm.
just take it off, and that's good. So
Okay.
what do you say? You call out its attention?
So I try to get the seal's attention, and I say, "Hey, Mr. Seal," and see my friend Lucius, and I point towards where Summer is trying to catch him. My friend is over there by her, and he could really use help. Is there any way you could possibly get him out of there? To the rest of everyone else around that's within earshot, I am doing a lot of and
Yes.
smacking.
But I want to hear to you. What does the seal's accent sound like? I wonder what's Petey's voice for the seal. I'm like,
What? Hi. Is friend in trouble? Friend trouble?
Yes, he is very much in trouble. He's stuck under the water.
Down underwater? Oh. So give me
Is there
a
any way you could
persuasion
help
check.
him get a?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I think I'm actually. God, roll good.
Oh my god.
I don't know. He's a little bit short. Is scary out that far? Scary that far?
damn it, I
Yeah,
don't
it
have
is.
any way of helping the way that I want to.
Do you say anything further?
Give him more food. Give him the fish.
Yeah. Do I have anything like? Do I have any food in my? Can I
Okay.
break him off some food and say, "Hey, I can maybe help you out if you can get him out of the water. If you can help him up above the water, I can maybe give this." And I take a small piece of.
Panama
Like a
red.
fish. Like some
Panama
real
red.
rations. You have some like some fish that you had, like some skinned fish and stuff.
Yes, we were just in a port town. That makes total sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ass, bass, or cash.
Yeah.
No seal fetches for free.
I'm gonna let you give another persuasion check with advantage.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, I'm writing the song
Yes.
in my mind.
Yeah. Oh, you get fish. Me save friend. Oh. He swims down. He makes his way over there. He's close enough that he gets over there quickly. He's about 40 feet of swimming speed. And he dashes. Or it dashes. And it it's fairly easy for it to just like lift, use the snout to like use Lucius like a beach ball. Just kind of lift his snout into the air. And Lucius, you feel like you feel this like furry snout like push you up from your stomach, and you surface, and you're like, oh. Yeah, and then he turns around. He starts making his way back. That was his turn. That was its turn.
Plonk, 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 plonk.
So that was basically your action. You still have your movement, but you don't have your action to dash. But you can do like you can keep traversing with half your movement.
Which is an
Athletics check. With advantage if you're still doing the like traversing, and then you'll move your 15 feet.
Okay.
Even the Lucius and the Seal,
45.
they pay him fish and make a deal.
It's coming together.
I mean, Toby's got nothing else to do except for try and remember the lyrics to Under the Sea.
So, you think so you feel like you've got a couple steps here and there, and then that last step just kind of there's this piece of bridge that you could have sworn was more solid than it was. It just kind of like turns, and you kind of just splash out, and you kind of like roll out, not as violently. You're not underwater. You just kind of get washed out 100 feet. You're good. You're fine. You're not like, you're at that point, it's a bit of a hard swim, but you're kind of mostly just you're comfortably treading, but you're a good 100 feet out, like basically around where.
So I've essentially lost the advantage because
now you're swimming. But you didn't roll it as badly as Lucius. So you didn't go underwater. You just barely missed it.
You're much more of an athlete.
So did Solero just like wash right past me because I'm like 80 feet out? It's just kind of hanging out there, like, what the fuck's happening? Like,
it's like
Lucius just went that way on a seal, and there's Solero. Like, what? What am I even doing?
And then the seal looks over there. It's like, oh, fish! Give me fish. And then that's your turn. That's your turn.
I am the fish man.
It's a man of my word. Can I throw the fish?
I'll say you can do. That's a free action. I'll give you that.
He is
action.
the walrus.
Cuckoo-ca-choo. Lucius.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say just for brevity's sake, you're about 100 feet, so you just keep swimming towards your ultimate destination. Luckily, it's just trying to swim like against the water, so it's more like, do you get washed away? So you need a quick athletics check.
Oh, good.
No advantage, unfortunately.
Skills. But can I tell you about this acrobatics check, though?
It's hard to be acrobatic when you're just swimming.
What if he's doing an acrobat? He's like,
oh wow,
17. Swimming his ass.
Nice. 17 right here. All right, so you're able to kind of swim your movement. You're able to get 30 feet closer. Toby, everybody is so they're all washed over, but Lucius is surfaced, and he looks like he just has to tough it out on a swim. And Solero slipped off, but it looks like he just lost time
I'm less worried about him.
Yeah. But everybody more or less, from what you can tell, looks like they're out of treacherous danger. They just kind of got,
well, sounds like a time for me to get into some treacherous danger.
Yeah.
And head my way towards them.
Just keep going across, I imagine.
Yes.
So yeah, presumably you're trying to follow along where your fellow a man of short stature was going, so you can.
Where they screwed up, I will try not to.
Yeah. So you can roll with advantage to hop on.
So that would be a
athletics
check. It will again be an athletics check.
Yes.
All right. You sure it's not with
advantage as well.
Oh shit!
So do it again. Just do another one. Luckily, you have half proficiency. Okay, so it's a little dicey here and there, but you more or less you get fairly comfortable. Not as comfortable as you saw Berlin go across, but you find some solid footing. There's some moments where it's like it feels a little dicey, but you manage to get your whole 25 feet.
That's right. Ninja Warrior over here.
So I'm gonna say
American Gladiator thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna say when the summer is comfortable, you guys succeeded. I'm gonna say for brevity's sake. You guys made it fairly across. You guys made it comfortably across. With a few hiccups here and there, and you get to which. So, are you going to one of the cave entrances? Or are you going which area?
Wait, is there more than one entrance?
Remember you had the bigger cave entrance. That's right at like shore. The water goes through. That was the ship that could fit a ship. And then over to the side, there was a smaller entrance, a little bit up. Lucius came out. Lucius saw an orc come out to pee,
Yes.
and go back in.
I vote for the smaller cavern. I would think a smaller area would be able to hold fewer enemies.
Yeah.
Okay, like how much
Sure.
smaller? Would you be unable to swing an axe in this? Is it too small to like hack a sword?
No, it's just a like a doorway sized, or
Okay.
like it's like a bigger than that. It's a natural opening, but it's
bigger than
it's fairly natural, but it looks like maybe it's been carved out a little bit more. So it's a comfortable archway.
Okay. Well, I'm also saying let's go to a smaller hole, because then we may have to deal with a smaller problem.
Anyone disagree with that idea?
I do not
Sounds
disagree.
like
The only thing I disagree with is splitting the party.
Right.
All right. So, let's see which one.
You gonna set the stage for next time, Petey?
I would say with the how are we feeling time wise?
Personally, I'm in a good place to wrap it up for the night.
Yeah. So as you
Yeah, I
get
think
comfortable,
so.
you climb a bit up. You go into the entrance. You start to go into a sprawling cave structure where you see like the water coming in, and you see a couple ships, and there's a couple entrances to the right. There's a couple like a big like reach in with the far end. There's an entrance over to the left as well, or like a little like outcropping. There are a couple of things to keep an eye on as you enter what looks like a kind of like a way in for commerce and for people coming in and out to the island. So as you witness this sprawling, let me see, how do I describe it? South tunnel entrance. Just a few feet ahead of you, you see a wide, flat opening eastern spire. Seems that it opens a large circular cave. The 40-foot tall, 15-foot wide opening. The ocean war. That's where that was. Okay, it's about. Yeah, it's just a big. The cave harbor is about 50 feet by 70 feet, and there's like two ships out on the in a narrow dock at the center, and there's some rowboats with supplies. And then there's some milling about, and the beach is approximately 30 feet deep. So yeah, as you look out on this cave, and get ready for the next part of your adventure, we're gonna call it a night. So thank you all
Alrighty.
for hanging out with us. Thank you, party, for being with me.
We survived. Yay.
Yes, there we
Barely,
and I
but we
proved to
made it.
be of some help.
Yes.
I buffed
I became
Daisy
awkward.
to not.
Yes. So
I
that'll
was
work out.
not expecting that like sweet talking a seal was in the cards for tonight.
But it,
you
it
know,
worked out that way.
Ivory,
Appreciated.
because God, that would
Bring
really
it
have sucked.
on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wander across this other druid named Rucius.
Yes. But yeah, keep an eye out. So be sure to follow the channel here on Twitch. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Like I said, all the episodes are up on thetomes.com in audio and video form. Podcast feeds will be forthcoming once I finalize art and make it all look spiffy and nice. But keep an eye out for that. And just you'll have an opportunity to subscribe at your favorite podcast feed catcher and whatnot. Like, share, and all the things. Check out patreon.com/DMDave for this adventure and more. Go support really awesome content creators, especially not just in the Dungeons and Dragons space, but all over the place. But in particular, there's some really great people doing maps and adventures and whatnot that are worth supporting. But that's it. Like, share, do all the things. Don't forget to love each other. Until next time, hasta los huevos.
Toodaloo.
Bye.
I talked.
Bye.